it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Woo. Walk it like I talk it. Hey. Walk it like I talk it. 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 Woo. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Hey. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. Yeah. Take my shoes and walk a mile, something that you can't do. Woo. Hey. Big talks of the town, big boy gang moves. I like to walk around with my chain loose. Chain. She just bought a new, but got the same booze.
Met her in the club, all the ballers showing love. Can you party with a thug? I'm just trying to show you love. VIP, we got it packed. This is where the party at. You the one I wanna know. So tell me how it's supposed to go.
He said meet me in Miami. Ever been on a jet, girl, don't you panic. Keys to the wheels and the mansions. He know I was this thick, t-shirt panties. We hit the club together, we tilt the dancers. Might grab a couple if they really attractive. Or I can keep it classy, I can get romantic. It's all up to you, what you wanna do.
I used to love him, leave him. Girl, it's something about you, think I'ma keep you. Pull up in the wagon and put the Jeep up. Girl, we living lavish, so kick your feet up. Met her in the club, all the ballers showing love. Can you party with a thug? I'm just trying to show you love. VIP, we got it packed. This is where the party at. You the one I wanna know. So tell me how it's supposed to go. Let's take a trip to the other side. Tell me if you're thinking otherwise. When you're a boss, I wanna treat you. I'm tired of all the leeches. I'm in love with all your features. I'ma love you till your knees weak. It could be simple, but it ain't easy. I know you know what's up. It's all I'm
Leave. Boy, it's something about you, think I'ma keep it. I pull up in the wagon, you put the Jeep up. Boy, we living lavish, kick your feet up. All I wanna do is get away with you. You had me at hello, what's up? What we gonna do when we leave this club?
So, welcome to Helensview's 2019 graduation. My name's Dan Conset, I'm the vice principal. I just have some housekeeping stuff to talk about. If everybody could turn their cell phone volume off. I know you're gonna want your phones for the pictures and stuff, but if we could keep the volume down. The coat closet is locked now. We ask if anybody leaves that they're not gonna come back in until it's over. So just please keep that in mind. Obviously, the bathrooms are still available just through the doors and to the left if you didn't see them before. That's pretty much. Hope everybody has a good time. Can we please stand for the 2019 graduates?
seated. Welcome, everybody. Bienvenidos a todos. It is an amazing honor to be here tonight to celebrate the class of 2019. I hate to do this before we get started, but everybody got tickets tonight, and I want to make sure you know how to validate those. So after you get done, you can get them validated out there, and nobody has to pay for parking. Okay, now back to the regularly scheduled programming. The music that you heard prior to the ceremony was all music that was produced in our music program. And all of the music that you are going to hear tonight, the beats, the lyrics, everything was produced as a part of the program that Dante and Brian run. So let's just give them a hand. The dancers who were up here this evening were a part of our dance program. Diamond, Leilani, Jarrell, Sincere were joined by myself and Blake and a guest dancer, Alana, and they were very brave to get up and start us off. So let's give them a hand. So welcome to all of the families who are here tonight. I recognize that our families are made up of a lot of different people. They're made up of moms and dads and abuelitas and aunties and neighbors who stepped in, foster parents, sometimes probation officers, mentors, people from churches. We welcome every single one of you for being here for all of these young people behind me. We are here for them tonight. We are also here because we are a part of a very unique school district, the Multnomah Educational Service District, the MESD. And it allows us to reach 8 different school districts, sometimes 10 different school districts, students who live in Corbett, students who live in Gladstone, people who live all over the Portland area. And it's a very, very unique and wonderful educational institution. And I just want to give thanks to everybody here who supports us at the central office. I know there's a lot of you here, so thank you. So I say this every year. This is not going to be a graduation ceremony full of a bunch of adults speaking, although I realize I have been talking a little bit too long at this point. We have student speakers, student performers, because their voice is what's going to carry us into the future. With that, we have our first 2 speakers, Leilani Rodriguez Moses and Jaleesa Pacheco. All right. Leilani is going to be our first speaker tonight. Leilani came to us this year. She came to us from North Clackamas School District, and from the day she stepped in, I looked at her eyes and I was like, this is a young woman who knows where she's headed. This is a young woman who knows how to get things done. She has a clear perspective, and in her short time with us, she has taken advantage of many, many opportunities that we have to offer. She has done amazing in her classes. She took us up on extra credit. She went to Portland Community College at night through the PDX Bridge program and is ending with college credit as a high schooler. And we'll talk more about this later, but she's also set herself up very well for what comes next year. Miss Leilani.
I'm a little bit nervous, so just don't mind me. My whole life, I was taught you need a solid foundation before you could build. It wasn't until I transferred over to Helensview that I found something worth building. Helensview taught me a lot. For example, they would teach me about discipline, you know. You can't have your phone all day, kind of sucked, but it's whatever. They also taught me how to not judge people just on appearance. And there's a lot more than what meets the eye. I've also learned a lot about myself, with the help of not only the Helensview staff, but our Lord Heavenly Father, my family, and my friends. I was able to find myself and stand here with the class of 2019. Since being at Helensview, I have been given the opportunity to be an outdoors counselor, and even though the experience wasn't the best for me, I was still able to stay for the week and stand up for the sixth graders as well as learn from the trip. Let's see. Thank you. I have also been attending PCC twice a week in the evenings. I can say that it has been, in fact, very difficult to balance everything between high school, college, work, and then try to keep up with my social life. But it has been worth it. With hard work, dedication, and occasionally some mental breakdowns, it finally paid off, and you are all here to witness it, this glorious moment with us all. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Jaleesa. She deserves that. Jaleesa came to us 4 months pregnant from Park Rose. And she walked in and she looked me in the eye and she said, you know what? I'm going to have a baby and I want to get my high school diploma. And I could tell that it took a lot for her to ask for that at first. Her voice was quiet, but she kept that quiet voice advocating and asking for what she needed. And the longer she was with us, the louder her voice got. And she started to say, well, actually, I would like to do that. Actually, I would like to take advantage of that. Maybe I would like to go to college and have a baby and graduate from high school this year. And so she is another one that went to PCC, left her baby with us in childcare until 7 o'clock at night, twice a week. And she got that done, and she's standing before us today because of that. I give you Miss Jaleesa.
When you are determined to do something and there is nothing that gets in between your plans, then you have a mindset. Mindset is when you never stop doing something that you want or that will help you succeed in life. My mindset is always going to be based on my life as a mom and how I want to succeed to give my daughter a better life. I have so many goals in life, like getting my own house, getting married, continue having more family. But what's important to me the most is to finish my education so I can give my daughter a better life. Once I graduate high school, I plan on going to college. The college I plan to attend is PCC. I'm interested in the business field. Some of the choices I'm interested in are marketing, financial, or accountant. This is why I signed up for PDX Bridge, to get a hint of what real college would be like. Outside of school, I'm a full-time mom. I have a 7-month-old daughter who I love so much. Every day she grows bigger and bigger. Her name is Layla Vianney. My husband and I got lucky in having a baby that doesn't cry a lot. She lets us rest all night. She only fuzzes when she has a wet diaper or when she's hungry or tired. She's the reason why I want to succeed in life. I want to give her everything my parents couldn't give me. I also want her to grow up looking up to me. I want her to see that just because you have a child, that shouldn't stop you from succeeding. That you can still better your life even if you have challenges in between. Life is hard sometimes, but you always have to find a way to make it better. And that's what I want my daughter to see. Nothing can stop me from getting to where I want to get. Money can be part of the problem sometimes, but that won't stop me from reaching my goal. People may not believe in one, but that's not an excuse to stop doing what you want or what is right for you. Life might get rough, but nothing has to prevent you from progressing. Mindset is all about yourself. You're the one who determines your future, your faith, and your destiny. If you want to progress or succeed, you must not give up on yourself. If you give up everything, then you're the one to blame for your failures. When you feel like there's no solution to your problems, then you're wrong. You just need to try to solve them. I remember sitting down talking to my Aunt Fabiola about trying to graduate. She also was a teen mom once, and she told me how she had to go back to finish high school, but she was embarrassed to be a super senior. At that moment, I knew that I wasn't going to do the same because I wanted to have a better future, give my daughter a better future. With this said, I would like to say that people out there that would say we screwed up our lives are wrong. Teen moms can still succeed in life, with no doubt, and teen parents graduating today are proof of that. I would like to thank the whole Helensview staff for making the school experience great. I would like to thank Helen and Shamika for taking care of my daughter when I had classes and when they had to stay late at night taking care of Layla because I also had to go to college classes. Finally, I would like to thank my family for supporting me through this whole journey. Thank you.
It takes so much bravery to get up and speak in front of all of these people. Okay, I just want to talk a little bit about what this whole class, not everybody is going to get up and speak, right? But we will acknowledge some of the things that they have accomplished this year. This year, I don't know if everybody knows this, but we have our academic classes in the morning, and then in the afternoon, we have career and technical education. We give students the opportunity to work in businesses that are run for them, or by them for the community. This year, we added on to those businesses. So we now have 5 career and technical educations that are run with community colleges. So students get college credit as well as high school credit for attending classes on our campus. We now have, in partnership with the Community Cycling Center, a bike shop, and we had a full week of bike mechanic internships this year. We had our production studio, our music studio, which you will hear some music from that after this. We partner with Portland Community College, and students produce albums, and they learn how to produce music. We created t-shirt designs, and this year we partnered with another MESD school, Wheatley School, and made all of their staff t-shirts. We have woodworking, and we partnered with Pacific Northwest Carpenters Union to provide paid internships. We cook. We have a culinary program through Mount Hood Community College on our campus, and we make all of the food for our students every Friday, as well as catering local events. We also got a grant this year from Oregon Department of Ed to expand our kitchen. We got like a big grant, like over $300,000 to upgrade and give kids at Helensview the latest and the greatest so they can be at industry standards. So when they go out and get jobs, they know exactly what to do with all of that equipment. All right, really quickly, in addition, we dropped an album onto Spotify. We set up a partnership with Pacific Northwest Carpenters Institute. We continued our partnership with the CHILL program, and our students got to go up and go snowboarding every single week this winter. We had summer work so that students can get paid all over Multnomah County in positions they wouldn't normally be placed in. We established a food pantry, and we had a really successful drama-free prom. I don't think very many high schools could say that. All right, I have talked enough. We are going to have our first 2 music performers of the evening. Demanuel and Elijah, can you join us up here, young men? All right. So Demanuel, who's making his way onto the stage, he's in the graduate class of 2020. He is a student who joined us from the Bay Area earlier this year. He chose to come to Helensview because of the incredible music program that we have. And during his time, very short time, he's already recorded multiple songs. He's on our new album. He performed at our album release, and he will perform at the Juneteenth celebration, which is June 15th. We have posters up in the lobby. Everybody come support the students. Elijah has been with us, and he is graduating this year. He's been with us for 4 years. He came to us because his older sister, who graduated last year, was with us, but he stayed because he is Elijah. And who Elijah was when he first came to us, I wasn't quite sure. I didn't hear his voice. I couldn't have told you what color his eyes were because he kept his head down and his hood up. And then he joined the studio program, and suddenly all of those things I knew he would say, he started to say. He spoke loudly and clearly through his mic. He wrote about who he wanted to be as a man, who he wanted to be as a black man, who he wanted the community to be, how he wanted the community to support him, how history was connected to who he is now. Some really deep stuff. You'll get to hear some of that today. And because of all of that positive spirit, this year he was chosen for a very special scholarship. Every year, Vancouver Avenue Baptist Church gives one of our students a scholarship, and this year he was our recipient winner for the Drum Major Scholarship, which is given to young people who make a difference and are positive. You will get to see just how positive when he sings. Thank you, gentlemen, for performing tonight.
Trump dummy.
Hey, Helensview. Trying to turn y'all up, so y'all gotta work with us. Hit him with it.
Straight from the school, yeah, your boy really made it. People in my face, no, I ain't gotta take it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. I know they really hate it. I know people really fake it. I know I'm gonna make it. I know I'm gonna make it.
What you mean? My life, man, it's a dream. I ain't dying like Martin Luther King. Stay facts, boy. They try to make it all right. Yeah, all right, boy. Try to stay faster. We got days and nights, boy.
Straight from the school, yeah, your boy really made it. People in my face, no, I ain't gotta take it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. I know they really hate it. I know people really fake it. I know I'm gonna make it. I know I'm gonna make it.
What you mean? My life, man, it's a dream. I ain't dying like Martin Luther King. Stay facts, boy. They try to make it all right. Yeah, all right, boy. Try to stay faster. We got days and nights, boy. They say my work is a statement. You better keep your boys from snitching. Just saying, my pros don't go, and I just keep on playing. I don't wanna hear nothing else. I'm just saying, I wanna let this beat just keep on playing. My brody said go, I'ma finish just saying. Started from the bottom, now I'm headed to the top. If I'm doing this song ever gon' rock. Hey,
Straight from the school, yeah, your boy really made it. People in my face, no, I ain't gotta take it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. I know they really hate it. I know people really fake it. I know I'm gonna make it. I know I'm gonna make it.
I think it's facts when you look in your eyes and mask, trying to figure out how your boy get up and do that. Ay, I think it's facts when you think it out. Ay, and I ain't playing, just spit it out. Ay, how you get it, boy? All my life I've been playing out, focus, boy. See myself in the mirror, got me thinking to myself, how your boy get up and do that. Ay.
Straight from the school, yeah, your boy really made it. People in my face, no, I ain't gotta take it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. Shooting like Steph, yeah, your boy gotta make it. I know they really hate it. I know people really fake it. I know I'm gonna make it. I know
I'm gonna make it.
Go Elijah, go Elijah, go Elijah. Hey, hey.
Aye.
Yes, Lord.
Hey.
Yes, Lord.
Turn 'em, man.
Hey, it's getting harder and harder, you know I can't lie.
I lost my granny, they tell me that it's gonna be alright. I'm moving on, but I still got the struggle in my eyes. I'm moving on, but I still got the struggle in my eyes. Seeing better might help me do better. Even unfortunate niggas gon' have to move clever. Baby, I had to watch my back because I know these niggas out to get me. Still ain't put my finger on it. Is it hater? Is it envy? Hey, mama gone and daddy strong. But we gon' get it right, baby, just keep on praying. They say that I confess too much, but I'm just saying. The Lord was supposed to help me, but he keep on playing. And the devil keep on calling me. Hey, and I've been struggling often, see. Hey, and Lord knows I can't stand to see my little sister struggle. I've been praying often, but I ain't getting no answers. Mama even told me that she might have cancer, but she can't find the time to give her little boy no answers. So I've been going through it, babe. I've been going through it. It's getting harder and harder, she know I can't lie. I lost my granny, they tell me that it's gonna be alright. I'm moving on, but I still got the struggle in my eyes. I'm moving on, but I still got the struggle in my eyes. Seeing better might help me do better. Even unfortunate niggas gon' have to move clever. Lately I had to watch my back because I know these niggas out to get me. Still ain't put my finger on it. Is it hater? Is it envy? Kinda holding this life, but I don't find the figure. Ain't doing nothing in my life, it's just another nigga. For my baby and my kids, show them something different. Because I know how I feel when you're all that missing. I was 17. Got kicked out the house. Ever since then, a nigga 30 going wild. 30 going wild. It's getting harder and harder, you know I can't lie. I lost my granny, they tell me that it's gonna be alright. I'm moving on, but I still got the struggle in my eyes. I'm moving on, but I still got the struggle in my eyes.
Yes, Lord. Thank y'all. Shout out to my mom. Hey, if y'all graduated, congratulations, man. I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you, gentlemen. Woo! Sorry, that song just really gets me. I just want to acknowledge that the beat to Elijah's song was made by one of our 7th graders, class of 2024. That is an amazingly complex beat, and he is coming back to us next year to continue to make amazing music. Before we get back to the students, yes, let's give them a round. So Helensview, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to raise a school, and we have an amazing village, and I just want to acknowledge some of them tonight. I know that I won't get everybody's name down, but Bobby Fowler is our artist in residence for dance. Kathy Gordon comes in and volunteers twice a week to work on essential skills with our students. Andrea and Matt from the Community Cycling Center, you'll hear more from them, but they are invaluable partners. Allison Tobridge and the whole Portland Community College Bridge program. Tessify and Zinnia are from LifeWorks, and they come in and, and Multnomah County, and they come in and run groups and support. And Jeff Garner from Trio, who you'll hear more from later. And then we have a lot of amazing partners which are listed on this page, and they have done incredible things for our school. All Hands Raised has helped us try to connect with the trades program. We work very closely with Rentwell to try and get our students housing, and you all know how hard that is in this community. We work with immigrant and refugee community organizations, with Latino Network, and with POIC to provide mentoring. We also work with Mount Hood Community College, which I said earlier, but they have been really incredible at trying to get our students college credit. The Pacific Northwest Carpenters Institute, the Diaper Bank gives us free diapers for all of the kids, and you know how expensive diapers are, so our kids don't have to choose between eating and buying diapers. They get free diapers the whole time that they're with us. Huge. Our neighborhood association, and then STARS Mentoring. which is an incredible, incredible organization that runs year-round, 24/7 mentorships. They run men's basketball, men's leadership, women's volleyball, women's leadership, and they go all the way down now. They're doing girls cheer squad. They took second in the Junior Rose Parade yesterday. Their cheer squad did, so good job, Sylvia Riley, on that one. And they just provide so much for our students. I can't thank them enough. Okay. Moving on. We have our next set of speakers. If you didn't need tissue before, I suggested on these. We have Jackson, Juan, and Colby. Can you join me up here, gentlemen? Jackson. You already met Jackson, sort of, right? Don't you feel like you know him? All right, this is Jackson. Jackson came to us from Park Rose. When he first walked in, he wasn't quite sure he wanted to be at Helensview, to be really honest with you. He didn't choose Helensview willingly at first. Let's just put it that way. And at first, he kind of came sporadically. And then one day, he came in and he looked at me and he said, Dawn, I want to get done with this. I'm serious. So he started coming at 8 in the morning and leaving at 4:30 in the afternoon. And he did that for about 3 months, and he kicked out an incredible amount of work, high-quality work. And I was like, okay, Jackson, we need to expect more of you, I believe. And he said, okay, that's cool. I'll expect more of. He went through some bumps in the road. He's gotten disconnected a couple times. But through all of that, he continued to reach back, and he brought himself back to us, and we got to see his beauty and his honesty and his bravery through him reaching back. I am going to give you Mr. Jackson.
Please bear with me. I'm a little nervous, not because of public speaking, although public speaking can be very scary, but because of uncertainty of what lies next, of what comes after graduation, of what happens once I leave here. Because even though I graduate today, I know that it doesn't mean that my life or the life of my classmates will be particularly better. In fact, life could even be worse. The truth is, only a small portion of us will go on to some form of higher learning. Many of us will leave here and immediately start working. In fact, some of us already have, and very real fact is many of us could wake up tomorrow and be 30 and in the blink of an eye, spent our entire 20s in one dead-end job after another, in one failed relationship after another, jumping from one job to the next, one person to the next looking for something to fill the void inside of us. The emptiness that pulls below the surface, all while buying things we can't afford, with money we don't have, just for more distraction to pretend, momentarily, that we're happy and like some distant point in the horizon, hoping one day in the future, one day, if we're lucky, if we work hard enough, that maybe, just maybe, we could make 20 an hour. How do we make sure that this doesn't happen? How do we make sure that we don't live empty, unfulfilled lives, void of meaning and fulfillment? I think it's living with gratitude, living without entitlement, living with thankfulness for all that's been given to us, for all that's been done for us. That's the difference. I think gratitude is what frees us from living an empty life. Me standing in front of you tonight, it's more gratitude than pride that I feel, because if I was to be honest, me graduating is a less reflection on what I've done and more of a reflection on what's been done for me, what's been given to me here at Helensview. I would like to take this now to express my gratitude and thanks to each and every one of the staff for all that you've done for me these last 2 years. Jermaine, Alejandro, Amy, Dante, thank you for showing me love in a practical manner every day, for redirecting me and steering me right when I was going left. Thank you for loving me when I might not have been the easiest to love. Craig, thank you for teaching me that it's better to be kind than it is to be right. How it's better to speak your truth clearly and simply than it is to speak profanely or aggressively. Arthur, you have the toughest job at Helensview. Thank you for teaching me what it means to be loving, what it means to be gracious. Rosa, thank you for demonstrating to me that no matter our age, we never stop learning or growing, and that every good thing in this life comes from hard work. Kim, thank you for showing me that love you give others is the most love you get. It is what we do selflessly for others that matters most. Brian, thank you for changing my perspective on the world around me, but more importantly for changing the perspective I have on myself through music. Blake, thank you for showing me that one of the best ways to live life, to deal with how painful life can be, it is to live life joyously and enthusiastically. Jill and Joe, feeding someone is one of the greatest forms of love. Thank you for loving me. Dan, thank you for illustrating that a witty mind and a sharp tongue are as strong as any fist, as effective as any weapon. Smart is good, but sometimes smart Alex is even better. Dawn, thank you for giving me an opportunity at Helensview when no one else did, for teaching me the true definition of grace and forgiveness, for all the times I deserved punishment and you afforded me grace, for all the times I deserved your anger but you offered me forgiveness. To everyone in the front office and in childcare, thank you for the unsung heroes of Helensview. You've shown me that what we do when no one else is watching is what really counts, is what really matters. And lastly, to the entire staff of Helensview, thank you for teaching me you can't define yourself by the good or bad days. It's what you do every day that matters. It's what you do every day that counts. It is these little things that I am eternally grateful for, that have changed me, that I will carry with me into the next chapter of my life, knowing that if I do, no matter the circumstances, no matter what happens in my life, I will be okay. And I just wanted to say thank you to my probation officer, my mom and dad, my friends and family who stuck around with me when I didn't have nobody and treated me like I was somebody. My heart is full. Thank you.
I read that like 10 times before I got here tonight, so I wouldn't cry. Juan, can you join me up here, please, sir? So before I worked at Helensview, I worked at a school called Scott. A lot of people have gone to Scott who are in the audience tonight. I see you guys, I see you. I met Juan there. I met him when he was just a little middle schooler. And to be honest, I had a connection with him right away, and I knew he would go on to do great things. But I saw him more often at Scott as he was leaving campus and trying to sneak by my window. I had a window right in the middle of the middle school block, and I would literally see Juan like, and I'd be like, Juan, where are you going? And he's like, I gotta go, Don. And I'm not making fun of you. That's where you were at that time, right? I mean, authentically. It was a hard role for him. And when I saw his name come across my desk at Helensview, I got a big old tear. You know those kids that just touch you and you're like, if they could just come to school and commit, they could do such amazingly great things. And so he came in with his mom, Josefina. Hi, Josefina. And he walked in, and I said, you're here. Are you going to actually come? And his mom prayed. No. His mom said, yes, I hope so. And guess what? He showed up every day. And not only did he show up every day, he got other people to come. He got his sister to come. He got his cousin to come. He got his other cousin to come. He got one of his best friends to come. And then they wouldn't show up, and he's like, I'm going to go get them. And he would go and knock on their door. Right, Stephanie? Where are you? Oh, that's not a lie. That's not a lie. He would go to their door and he would be like, it's time for school. We got to get to school. And so all of this whole community was led by this one young man who previously couldn't get himself to school. And suddenly he was a leader leading this whole community. And he has accomplished amazing things, which he's going to talk about. But he has been a star in our wood shop, in our construction and manufacturing program. I know Jermaine's out there, and Jermaine's program would not have been the same this year without him. He has done a pre-apprenticeship, and which he will talk about, and he is headed on to an incredible, incredible career. Let's him talk about himself. Here you go, Juan.
My biggest challenges before coming to Helensview were attendance. I went to five different high schools before coming to Helensview. I went to this many high schools because I kept getting dropped and kicked out of school. I came to Helensview last year. The things I remember about my first week at Helensview were all the cameras, and I hated turning my phone in. It felt weird to come into this environment, but I already knew Don from middle school, and I started to know the other staff. I met Jermaine and Dante, and I felt welcomed. I met Rosa and Blake, and I felt like their son. With this support, I did something that PPS told me I would not be able to do. I came to school every day, and now I'm graduating. Not only did I come to school, I would wake up other students and make sure they got to school. I started to focus in school, in class. I started to speak up. I got out of my comfort zone. I started to fight back with my anxiety. The things I am most proud of has been my work in construction and woods class. I found out a skill that I never knew I had. Jermaine and Blake worked with me. Blake would always get on me for measurements, and I would never listen. Until this year, I went to the Pacific Northwest Carpenters pre-apprenticeship program this spring, and I needed Blake's soap, so I had to say sorry. I was suddenly with people twice my age, and surprisingly, I was on top of the class. I was able to do the work and be a leader there, just like I am at Helensview. This got to see myself differently. I realized that I didn't need to have a job, but a career that would do me well so I could love and support my family. I would like to thank Dawn, Amy, Blake, Jermaine, Dante, and every staff member at Helensview. I would also like to thank my two brothers, Marcos and Carlos. And I would want to thank my two cousins, my other cousins, Junior, Valentin, and Manny. I would like to especially thank my mom for never giving up on me and always making sure I'm on the right path, and for always getting on my ass. Thank you guys all for coming.
Juan's usually a man of few words. That was a lot. Okay, our final speaker of the evening is Mr. Colby Ross. When I sat down to write this about Colby, I wasn't quite sure where to start. Colby is somebody that I had heard about for quite a while before I met him. And when I met him, the first thing that was really apparent by looking in his eyes is that he was brilliant, that he was capable beyond measure, and that he was really angry. Yes? Yes. He blew out just a few times at Helensview. And then he came back and he stepped into a social studies class. And I was like, is this going to work? Okay, we'll see. And the social studies class was studying about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And other people in the class had written rap songs. They've been working on them for 2 or 3 weeks, and they were not done yet. And Colby came in one day, connected Dr. Martin Luther King's life to the rest of the civil rights movement, connected it to what's going on today, connected it to himself, and then he went up in the same day into the studio and recorded this flawless first track, and everybody's hair on the back of their neck was standing up, and I was like, okay, what does this guy have to say? He is a father of 2 children. He went to the PDX Bridge program at night, and then he got done and he got graduated a month and a half ago, and he got a job with the Multnomah Educational Service District as a teacher's assistant at a school. So I would like to introduce him tonight as a Helensview graduate and my colleague, Mr. Colby.
Before I start this essay, I just want to give a shout out to some of the most amazing people I ever got to meet that aren't able to be here today. First, I want to mention Daniel Valdivinos, Peggy Washington, Diego Perez, and Deaja Blasingame, who just passed away in the last couple of years. And I also want to give a shout out to my family who went through hell and high water and a whole bunch of planes to get over here and see me do this tonight, and finally my kids. So. Mindset is a map that guides me through every aspect of my life. Every individual has the ability to lay out that map in as simple or as difficult a way as they choose for it to be. I came from nothing. Growing up, life was hard. I had no guidance and a whole lot of options. The people that I saw and looked up to tended not to care about the consequences of their actions. Seeing that at a young age gave me a sort of rite to passage into a lifestyle that I never fully understood. I felt like life was pointless and that everybody who was meant to be successful was already on their way there. My mind was fixed on the idea that my life was headed towards jail or death, and there was nothing I could do to fix it. I was smoking and drinking every day. I kept running away from how I felt and the pain and the anger that came with it. I felt like I had nothing to give weight to the meaning of my life. When I had my kids, that all changed. I felt a deep sense of responsibility, and I felt like I could see into the future. That man that I wanted to be for them had not developed yet. If I wanted to be different, I needed to understand the idea that change is possible, that redeeming myself is attainable. Mindset is something that we can change. Any set of events can either inspire a mind to move mountains or turn a smart person into an underachiever. Personally, I think that everyone is capable of redeemability. Carol Dweck puts this concept into categories for us. Fixed mindset and growth mindset, sorry. Growth mindset is the idea that hard work and dedication is the groundwork for success and talent. Fixed mindset is the belief that the abilities that we are born with is as far as we can go. I have seen mindset at work. From the age of 14, I had a friend that I watched closely. I admired him and looked up to him because although he was younger than me, he showed characteristics of a mature adult. He did not have any of the guidance. He did not have any of the guidance he needed to push him. He was literally stuck. He was caught in a life of gangs, drugs, and murder that was all around him. One day I saw him at school dressed in a suit at 16 years old. Seeing someone in a suit was something to make fun of. I expected him to have a comeback, but instead of getting angry and shrugging me off, he looks at me and tells me that he made a decision to do better. He was tired of seeing his life go downhill, and he wanted for things to be different than what was expected from him. Every day from that day on, I saw my friend, my brother, work hard at his job. After school programs, his homework in school. He was laid to rest early last year in March. Although certain circumstances may have gotten to him, he showed me the true definition of mindset. To me, mindset is a conscious everyday decision. It's an awareness that we are important and we have something to offer to the world regardless of the hand that's played to us. The world is ours to play with and create something new from. Dweck in her book mentions a man named Robert Sternberg who writes, "The major factor in whether people achieve expertise is not some fixed prior ability, but purposeful engagement." My interpretation of this quote is that no matter where you start, you can always finish first. I've used a fixed mindset in the past in terms of schooling. I thought that because I didn't catch on as quick as my peers, there was no point in going. Dropping out sounded easier than the idea of proving myself to people who only saw me from a surface level. It seemed like the safe option, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for the truancy law. Next, I went back to high school, but I failed out again. I finally turned 18 and I dropped out of school. Most people would say this was a terrible decision, but by dropping out, nervous. Me too. Most people would say this is a terrible decision, but by dropping out, I was able to make necessary mistakes and missteps that gave me a deeper understanding of life at a younger age, as opposed to searching for that excitement later. I believe that my efforts to come back to school and earn my diploma are directly connected to the birth of my kids.
Yes.
And my bad. But by dropping out, I was able to make the necessary mistakes and missteps that gave me a deeper understanding of life at a younger age as opposed to searching for that excitement later. I believe that my efforts to come back to school and earn my diploma are directly connected to the birth of my kids and the rapid onset of adulthood via parenthood. My kids instilled in me the determination to want to do and be better and to run down all obstacles in my path. As a father, I'm showing my kids a growth mindset because I believe that the power of imitation runs deep within kids. I don't want them to develop an understanding of the world the way I did or take the path that I did. In order to create growth mindset within them, I'm going to have that mindset leaking from my eyes and ears. That's a challenge I'm willing to take on for them. Something that potentially is something that you are given and aren't able to correct or make adjustments to. But I think that mindset is changeable. My own mind is the curator of a plethora of thoughts and decisions. I am the man behind the curtains who controls the show. Mindset involves heavily weighted decisions, and what I choose every day determines the road that I will travel in this life. Thank you.
Okay. I know a lot of you have little ones out there. We are getting very close. I would like to invite Andrea from the Community Cycling Center and Jeff from Trio up to the stage to present some acknowledgments and awards for this evening.
Hello, I am Andrea Ciatti. I'm part of the Community Cycling Center, one of Helensview's partners. It's a local nonprofit bike shop. What we do is teach bicycle mechanics. We teach science through bicycle mechanics in Jennifer Flynn's science class, along with Matt Aranez, who also works at the Cycling Center. He's our intern and volunteer coordinator. What we do at the Cycling Center, which relates back to Jackson's speech actually, is hope to offer work opportunities for youth to learn light industrial skills, workforce training skills while getting high school credit, and even offer opportunities for apprenticeships at the Cycling Center. My goal is to have the students get paid way more than I do, and hopefully these are stepping stones for them. So I wanted to acknowledge a few students, which I will ask you to stand. Jackson, if you could stand up. Henry, AJ, Ivan, and Cornelius. All right. A few words about each. There's a lot of talking tonight, and there's a lot to say about each of these students, so I'm going to try to keep it short. I'm going to start with Jackson. Jackson, I'm going to say a few words about you. Yeah, thank you. As you can tell, Jackson is really fun. That's one of his great traits. Jackson was in class. He was often tired, but through that tiredness, there was a lot of fun. There was a lot of eagerness to learn, and he showed a lot of retention for systems of the bicycle, and would remember them and be able to recite them and quickly learned and fixed bicycles with the greatest of ease. Jackson, you're fun-loving and positive, and it's been really wonderful working with you. Thank you. Next, I would like to, wait, Henry, where are you? Where's Henry? There you are. Hi, Henry. Henry was in the bike class as well as the mechanic intensive training. Henry is quiet, and it took me a while to learn that through that quietude was an enthusiasm for learning that was really strong. Also, a lot of strong problem-solving abilities that we found out working on a Peugeot and replacing brakes multiple times on a bicycle. Henry is a really positive, critical thinker and did a really impressive job of staying focused and taking information in and applying it directly to the bicycle. He also helped other students during the MIT, and Henry it was really great having you, and I really appreciate the work and the things that you taught me when we worked together. AJ, where are you at? We will always have the headset in the fork, my friend. Patience. AJ has a lot of patience. We went through a lot of trials and tribulations on several bicycles. He's also extremely positive. He's positive about himself, he's positive about the work he does, he's positive to his fellow students, and offers a lot of emotional support and a lot of collaboration and supports everyone around him, including staff. AJ, I'm really happy that you're up here. Thank you very much. Ivan, where are you at, Ivan? Way back there. Hi, Ivan. So Ivan was a part of the bicycle class and the mechanic intensive class last year. Ivan, also super fun and also really focused. Ivan is exceedingly polite and worked through a lot of problems. You were really focused. When you came, it took you a bit to focus, and then you would stay there and stay focused and also work really well with others. You also drew people together, and that's a really, really awesome skill to have that not a lot of people, sometimes it's a skill that's hard to learn, so I'm really happy you have that, and it was really great to have you in class. And Cornelius. My dear Cornelius. Did you know that Cornelius spoke in front of hundreds of people at the March for Science in 2018? That happened. He's also in a video for the Multnomah Education Service District. He was in the class at the cycling center and also the mechanic intensive training, and we also offer an apprenticeship, as I said, and Cornelius took advantage of that apprenticeship, so I got to spend a long summer with Cornelius. He is tenacious, he builds strong relationships with people off of the bat. He was quickly one of the most popular people at the cycling center, made friends with all of the staff, and was a hard worker. And Cornelius, I'm really happy to see you on stage tonight, amen. Thank you.
All right. These wonderful students, I've had the honor of working with them. I direct the TRIO program through the Multnomah ESD. These guys on stage have earned a little bit above $400,000 in scholarships and grants. So give it up to the grads. Tonight we want to recognize a few students who've stood out and gone above and beyond. This year, the Future Connect Scholarship at Portland Community College has been a very great champion of these students and offers them a scholarship, their own case manager at the college, and support with full ride scholarships to four-year universities when they finish up. But the following students, as I say your name, will you please stand up, and we're going to come around and give you an award to be given later, but this is the placeholder for now. Estefani Ek Interian. Ilian Jose Lopez Flor. Julissa Pacheco Castillo. Kevana Riley. Stay standing. Colby Ross. Willie Balbuena. Mercy Gallardo. Leilani Rodriguez Moses. And Kedris Williams. Yes. Thank you, guys. You can sit now. These guys are going to be attending Portland Community College in the fall. The following students took part in the PDX Bridge program. They were dual enrolled. You've heard some of them. They studied at night, and they have, again, their own coach at Portland Community College to help them and guide them through their studies. Will the following students please rise, and some of you twice. Mercy Gallardo. Tiny Perez. Leilani Rodriguez Moses. Jackie Cisneros. Ilian Lopez Flor. Julissa Pacheco Castillo. Estefani Ekinterian. And Colby Ross. Thank you, guys. Now, a couple of students have filled out an application to travel abroad and study abroad next year. There were 2 out of 2 students that applied and received this award. It's worth about $35,000. They are flown overseas to study for 3 months in the countries they choose to go, and they can earn up to a full year's worth of credit from Portland State University. Will the following 2 people please stand up? And congratulations, Leilani Rodriguez-Moses. Jamil Innes. Jamil will be going to India next February, and Leilani will be going to Central America to continue her studies at Portland Community College and Portland State. This year, Oregon Promise is also awarding some of our students scholarships. These are the ones we know about right now, but please check your emails for more scholarships, all of you. They're still being awarded. Colby Ross. Leilani Rodriguez-Moses. And Jamil Ennis. Thank you, guys. Earlier this year, there was a special awards ceremony on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday celebration. It was awarded to Elijah Hudson by the Vancouver Baptist Church Drum Major Scholarship. And I'm so happy to say that Elijah's going to pursue his dream of becoming a recording artist at Portland Community College Cascade Campus's music production program this fall. Thank you, Elijah. I have a dream scholarship and greater than awards because these 2 BFFs for life, they went together at Rigler Middle School where they met. They got themselves together and got each other through Helensview. I'm happy to say starting next Monday when we tour Mount Hood Community College, these 2 BFFs are going to get their degrees and go on to better and brighter futures. They are Michelle Martinez and Jasmine Torres Barrios. Congratulations. We also have 2 people entering the Portland Teachers Program. This is a full ride scholarship at Portland Community College and Portland State University. They are wonderful teachers and they are already given back. They've got so much love and life and wisdom to share. Please stand up, Mercy Gallardo and Colby Ross. And the Trio Achievers Scholarships this year, every single one of you gets one, but I want to tell you this, seriously, I am here till you get your doctorate and beyond. Please connect with me, email, text, you know who you are. It's in fact every single one of you, and I'm so proud of you all. But these people applied for some very special things, and they've done it. Ivan Moore, please stand up, my friend. Leilani Rodriguez-Moses. Colby Ross, Jamil Ennis, and Ilian Lopez Flor, who is studying to be a pilot at Portland Community College in the aviation program, and he's already gotten some flights. I would be honored to fly with every one of you around the world. Thank you so much. Congratulations, grads.
Okay, I'm going to just say a few words, then we have a music performance, then everybody gets to see everybody get their diplomas, and then we get to go home, just to give you a flight plan. We have talked a lot about some of the students, but every single student on this stage, I am incredibly, incredibly, incredibly proud of every single one of you. I know, yes, I know that all of you have been through a lot to get up onto this stage. Every high school graduate that's true of, but for all of you, that's like doubly, triply, quadruply true. So some of you have had parents not be around for this struggle. Some of you have gone to jail during this struggle. Some of you have had babies and come when your babies have stayed up all night and you still show up for math or bike class. Some of you haven't had a place to live this whole year and you keep coming, and you keep pushing yourself. And that's what I call bravery. So when I was young, I thought that bravery meant not being afraid. But in fact, you cannot be brave until you have felt fear, correct? And all of you have felt fear during your time at Helensview. I know many of you feared never being successful. Some of you feared never crossing the stage, right, Mr. Jackson? Yeah. Some of you feared other things that happened outside of school, but guess what you did? You kept your head up. You put one foot in front of another. Sometimes you were crying when you were doing those things. Sometimes you had to ask for help from Amy or Dante or Blake or Shantae. But you kept coming, and you kept coming, and look at where you are today. You guys are graduating from high school. It's pretty amazing. So can you all stand? So every single one of these young people have taught me how to be brave this year, but there are going to be times when their fear overwhelms them still, right? We all know that as adults. They're going to have days when that fear just gets to be too much and it takes over. So that's when all of us are going to have to step up and support them, hold their hand, drag them, kick them up down the road. We're going to have to be there for them. I want all of you to just take a moment and look out in the audience, and I want you to find 1, 2, 3 people that you can call on and point at them. Point at them. And graduates, I want you to hold them accountable because they're down there saying they're going to support you, right? And I want you to hold Helensview staff accountable because we are still here. We're still family. Keep coming to see us. Keep coming and asking for help if you need it. Okay? Okay, one last before you become graduates, just take it all in, let it sit with you, and make your way off the stage.
Not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of fragrance and a shoulder full of stripes. Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my file yourself. Spot raid, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Nah, damn right, I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60, I might got killed.
Do you want me to hold those?
Standing so tall, they think I might got stills. Legendary baller like Mike, like Wilt. 96 Impala, thug life on wheels. Up against the wall, squabble at Fox Hills. Like a mother boss asked me how I feel. Successful street, touching them first meals. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got the roll of dice. That's why all my life
we have 2 last performers this evening, and they are worth waiting for. I've already introduced Elijah. Our other performer that is up here is Ivan L. Moore IV, to be exact. He is a student who has been with our school for 2 years. He was placed with us from Roosevelt in Portland Public Schools. When he first came to Helensview from Portland Public, it was just very clear, and I mean this in the best of ways, that he wasn't super invested in what other people thought of him in that really good way that's very, very rare for people his age. He had his head up. He told me, I'm going to graduate. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to make my family proud. And I would also like to record a few songs here. And he has done all of those things and more. He is graduating today. He has been on our album. He is going to be on our future album, and he made Oregon State history this year. He performed the very first rap song on the floor of the Oregon State Senate. has been accepted into the aviation program at Portland Community College. He took all his prerequisite tests, and he does not need any prerequisites. He gets to bounce straight into that program to become a pilot. So tonight, Elijah will be performing Taking Places, featuring an original beat by Ascari, who is also graduating this evening. Yeah, let's give Ascari a hand. And Ivan will be performing To the Top, which is also featuring the beat of a graduate tonight, Tyler Taylor.
This is the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. This ain't the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. Okay, I made it out the business, it's wishes, this ain't no detention. Slacking off my work with no witness, I just gotta get it. Barriers is all in my kitchen, we really just missing and pippin'. Ain't easy, no pivot, but look, this just the life of a struggle. People seeing faces, taking places, serving on my stem. I think I'm having phrases. Graduating is an opportunity that I gotta make it. This is crazy saying looking for me, just saying maybe. I took a chance, then I took a step back. This ain't no just match, I promise I'ma make it right back. You saying this and that, but I don't even know you like that. You focus on that, but there's no chance to look back. Ay, come to my silence, I don't hear nothing but intuition. Come to my senses, I don't hear nothing but people talking. I think I'm rolling and falling off in my after days. I'm losing focus, it's open my after ways. This is the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. This ain't the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. I'm giving justice to make it up to my money days. Hard as cash, I ain't got nowhere for me, just pay a day. This is a chance for me to take my days and pray these days. I got no smile to change. You think we the same, but you is not my friends, good man. The spiritual change, and I'ma rest my case, won't pray. Ayy, cut to my game, my nails are changing, ain't nothing the same. I made it in and made it out on my years of days. This is the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. This ain't the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. This is the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. This ain't the life of a struggle that the people taking. I don't wanna hear no statements, bro, I just gotta take the places. This ain't no game until you hit that crazy door knock. Hard drop, this ain't no game until the work stop. I've been getting busy, I feel like in the dough, get my mind right, but I ain't smoking no more. I ain't playing this how this shit is off for the dome. I'ma shoot to the top either way that it go. But my mama do kid when I make it for sure. Get her out that apartment, she ready to go. Help pay the room when they call me some dough. When the fridge ain't got food when it cost to the stove. Hop in the stew and I'll take off, let's go. I don't copy nobody, I got my own flow. Too much kids in the house, gotta sleep on the floor. Tryna move us, all I do it all on my own. Gotta figure it out, take it different the route. Been applying for those, been a rough for the cold. Too much time on my hands, that it's not getting it all. Cause then I'm calling back and my grid is the problem. I get in my diploma, go to college and get a lot of free books. Got my foot on their neck so they can keep up. They gon' hear this one time they wanna feature. I don't try too hard, mess around and please them. Man, it's kid number one, you gotta see them. If they messing around, I gotta leave them. If they hit on me, act like I don't see them. First one they go to college, that's the family. I'm going so hard, I ain't gon' stop, it ain't no taming me. To the top of the tippy top, that's where I'm finna be. They don't know about the stuff I've been through, but they finna see, keep listening, yeah. Well, Trey going hard, they keep trying to figure out who is he. Well, Trey ain't gon' stop, remember them times it wasn't nothing to eat. Some days we were starved, the only thing around was sandwich meat. I come from the bottom, the touch on me how to stand up on my feet. I've been getting busy, I feel like in the dough, get my mind right, but I ain't smoking no more. I ain't playing this how this shit off for the dome. I'ma shoot to the top either way that it go. But my mama do kid when I make it for sure. Get her out that apartment, she ready to go. Help pay the room when they call me some dough. When the fridge ain't got food, when it cost to the stove. First one to go to college out the family. I'm going so hard, I ain't gon' stop, it ain't no taming me. To the top of the tippy top, that's where I'm finna be. They don't know about the stuff I've been through, but they finna see, keep listening. First one they go to college, that's the family. I'm going so hard, I ain't gon' stop, it ain't no taming me. To the top of the tippy top, that's where I'm finna be. They don't know about the stuff I've been through, but they finna see, keep listening, yeah.
Okay, the time has arrived when our beautiful, beautiful graduates get to become just that. Can our superintendent, Sam Breyer, MESD board chair, Susie Jones, vice principal, Dan Konstead, and Miss Mandy Wood, our registrar, join us up on stage, please? So I know none of you will, but you don't have to hold back on our account. Like, this is a Helensview graduation. Your kids are graduating. If you need to go big, go big. Okay. Graduates, can you please stand and take your places? I know. Hey. Sorry, I'll admit it. I got ahead of myself, so we're just going to roll this, and then we'll run with the slideshow after this. This is called flexibility, folks. Okay. Everybody ready? Are you ready over there? Okay. Our first graduate of the evening is Taylor Anderson. Willie Balbuena Rojas. Lanisha Brister. So proud of you. Jackie Cisneros. Stephanie Interian. Jamil Ennis. Mercy Gallardo. Jasmine Gonzalez Laguna. William Hasty. Where are your people at? Juan Hernandez. Najir Hodges. Elijah Hudson. We have to hold for Niger. Okay. David Jackson. Lillian Jackson. Cornelius Jefferson. AJ Jimenez. Here you go, sir. Ilian Lopez Flor. Tiny Machik Perez. Ryan Martin. Michelle Martinez. Oscar Martinez. Henry Mendoza Ruiz. Ivan L. Moore IV. Luz Emi Nava Garcia. Jaleesa Pacheco. Jasmine Pennell. Jackson Payongavong. Hey, Jackson. Angelica Perez Garcia. Jamie Pruden. John Sherrell Reed. Kivana Riley. Leilani Rodriguez Moses. Colby. I can't even get it. I'm gonna just wait. Where do I look? Over there to your people. Colby Ross. Colby Ross. Martin Sanchez. Hunter Scott Wacker. Tyler Ray Taylor. Jasmine Torres Barrios. Andrea Urbina. Sahara Vergara. So proud of you. Ascari Williams. And last but not least, Kedris Williams. Thank you, everybody in the audience, for your patience. Okay, graduates, the time has come to move that tassel. Everybody take your tassel from the right and move it to the left. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Let's remain positive, leaving. Remember to validate your ticket. One last round of applause for the graduates.
That's why I thought we were gonna go all go one way.